Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, Dhyana Yogam, Shloka number 14. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Prashantatma Vigatabhihi Brahmachari Vrate Stitah Manas Samyamya Machittah Yukta Asita Matparaham. Bhagavan Shri Krishna in this chapter Dhyana Yogam, who is qualified for doing the meditation? What are the qualifications required? So while explaining that qualifications, Bhagavan telling in two aspects. One is the external practices and second is internal practices. Bahiranga sadhanani, antaranga sadhanani. This word of external and internal we have to understand in this way. When it is told Bahiranga sadhanam means which are the instructions meant for everybody, everywhere, always. Irrespective of religion, male or female, this country or that country. So they are comes under the Bahiranga sadhanani. When it is told that Antaranga sadhanani means just before going to start, sit on the meditation seat and meditation, each person has to do different adjustments. Here we are talking about the 8 steps. In that desha, the place, the time, the seat of the meditation and the position of the body, the status of the prana, status of the mind and the senses and the intellect. So even these 8 steps are told, but they were not exactly same for everybody, everywhere, always. So that means some are common instructions, some are special instructions. So in this we have a choice to choose and adjust according to our age, according to our temperament, according to our health, so many other things. But in the samatvam, self-confidence, self-effort, self-mastery, in this there is no any choice. So this we have to clear about it in the mind. Now, in the 14th shloka, of course, Bhagavan is talking these points randomly, in between. In the 14th shloka, we saw the meaning of this shloka last week. If at all a person successfully done the karma yoga and the first variety of the dhyanam upasana yoga, now he is fit for the Vedantic meditation Nididhyasana Dhyanam. Nididhyasana Rupa samadhi abhyasam, then we can call him as a yogi. Remember, yogi means it doesn't mean that outer appearance and how many asanas he can do, how many hours he is sitting. This is not the criteria. So here, if you take them as the qualities of this yogi, the characteristics of this yogi, these again will help for us how I have to work on my mind, work on the mind, not work by the mind, work on the mind. So while telling this, Bhagavan repeatedly again and again, many times, the one important instructions coming, Prashantatma. A peaceful mind alone can do the meditation. Don't have the wrong notion that for the sake of the peace of mind I am doing meditation. Maybe that is not a real meditation, that can be called something else. For the peace of mind you can do japa, you can sing the names of the Lord. Some extent mind becomes quiet. But for this Vedantic contemplation, the deep diving deep into your own self, here the a peaceful mind is required. That means the mind should not have any disturbance or the worry about the past or the future. And not only that, our peace of mind is very, very precious and important. Therefore, we used to say that never compromise with the peace of your mind. Ultimately, this Prashanta Atma. So, a peace, happy, peaceful, cheerful, calm mind is everybody likes, everybody wants it. So, for deep contemplation, also, a calm mind is required. And not only that, the mind should be free from the fear psychosis. Fear of any kind, any kind. Generally, the fear about the future are different fears. There are people who have the fear, the phobia about the some kind of insects, about the water, or like that. Suppose if they are sitting for meditation and they know that that particular insect which creates the fear phobia in them, if they find that insect in that room, or if they start thinking about it, they cannot sit peacefully in the meditation. So, keeping the mind free from the fear is very important. That means also again, stop worrying about the future. Stop worrying about everybody of your family members and others and something. No worry. And all the external, your possessions, your relations, everything, including the health and the disease, whatever about this body also, everything let us keep on the hands of the Lord. And being fearless means, oh Lord, we have to say to Him, I am ready to face the future, okay, whatever may be the worst comes. But now I will try to do the best and I am ready to face the worst also. I know that whatever my karma phala you are giving as a karma phala data, I accept them. I accept them. I won't fight with you. I won't criticize you. So therefore, every experience now, whichever I am going through, because of my karma phala, it is good that you are giving me in a right time, a right kind of experience. So I am very thankful to you. I will learn from this experience and I will grow. I will grow. But I never grumble about whatever is going to happen and come in the future. So by this way, we will make our mind empty, burdenless, because the entire burden I kept it on the Ishvara. So this is the Vigatabhihi, then Brahmachari Vrate Stitaha. That also I explained already. my Now my goal of my life is something higher, not the sensual pleasures alone. Let me let my mind dwell, revel upon, like about, have the attachment, have the liking towards that Brahman or the self. That's why in the next line Bhagavan said, so the yogi's mind is now well under control with discipline. Naturally, his mind is more anxious, eager to know about me, to surrender to me. So therefore, Ch-6. His mind is now only towards this higher goal. That higher goal is me. Bhagavan telling there, Ch-6 and Mat-paraha. There is nothing. Mat-paraha means I am the goal. Therefore, the mind is occupied, filled with me only, whether with my form, with my name, with my uh, glorious actions in all different avatars. In this way, the person should sit on the meditation seat. Therefore, so this manosthitihi, buddhisthitihi are talked in this sloka and the next sloka also. Okay. Now, after when Bhagavan said here Mat-chittaha, in beginning maybe the Ekarupa Ishtadevata, whether it is a Krishna told here, so therefore I should worship only the Krishna. But from my childhood I am worshipping the Lord Shiva or the Rama, Devi. Don't worry, don't get confused. Here, that's why Bhagavan didn't tell his name as Ishvara, Mat, he is told, Mat Paraha, Mat Chittaha. But anyhow, this can be taken, this kind of keeping the Lord in the mind. Another point, remember, meditation means it is always related to the God. Without the God element or the element of the Atma, if you say everybody can't understand, if that God element is not there in the meditation, then it is not a meditation. It is not a meditation. It is a mental exercise. Some other exercise we can call it. Because anything you can take and meditate, you can meditate, put a dot and meditate, and you meditate on something. Behind that something also you must include the God element. So for a Nastika, there is no meditation actually. The meditation is only meant for the Astika. Okay. So, Ekarupa Dhyanam beginning from my Ishtadevata with Saguna Sakara Rupam. And slowly I have to shift, able to grow to the Bahurupa Dhyanam. All the forms, all the gods, all are one and the same. The mountains, the oceans, the Panchabhutas and everything, all beings are. So Bahurupa Dhyanam. And from that final stage, we have to come to the Arupa Dhyanam, Nirguna Dhyanam. The truth, the self Brahman, doesn't have any Rupa or Nama. So, Nama Rahita, Rupa Rahita, Nirguna Dhyanam. Now, out of these three, what Bhagavan Krishna is going to talk here about what? Bhagavan is going to talk about the Arupa Dhyanam only, the final third one. That means Atma Dhyanam only. Atma also as me, I myself. So in this way, we have to remember that also. But still I am not able to go to the second or third step. Don't worry. You be in the first step and continue. Continue listening Bhagavad Gita, continue try to understand and do your Ekarupa Dhyana, Ishtadaivam, nothing wrong. You will be promoted for certain. Now 15th shloka, Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi niyatamanasah shantim nirvana paramam matsamsthamadhigacchati. Now, if a person in the 14th sloka about whom the Lord spoken about, that yogi, such kind of characteristics, characters, qualities who is having, that yogi, by doing that practice of dhyana abhyasa through that yoga, what is the result, the phalam he gets? He will get, that is mentioned here. Yunjannevam sada atmanam. Therefore, Arjuna, in this way, as I told you in the previous verses, one should engage Yunjan evam in this way. Therefore, Yunjan. Yunjan means engaging, entertaining, or after gaining the balance of the mind which is peaceful, free from. And such a person, that yogi, sada, always. Sada always means how it is possible, sir, sitting in a meditation in one place with closing eyes all the time. There may be anybody who do to prove to the world, or there are some yogis may practice. But if that is only for somebody exceptions, then what about the majority of the people, grihasthas, or the other people? So this sada word means even though you are interacting in this world, even though you are looking after your family and your business and all these works, but sada atmanam, yogi should engage his controlled mind all the time, remembering that sada atmanam, this yogi. Here atmanam means one atmanam is the self, and one atma only is the self. Niyata manasaha, who is having now a well cultivated, disciplined, cultured mind. For him, in spite of his involving with the worldly actions and all that, that's why we saw in the 5th chapter before, Pashyan, Shrunvan, Sprushan, Jigran, Ashnan, Gachan, Swapan, Shwasan, all these actions while doing also, Naiva Kinchit Karomiti Yukto Manyeta Tattvavitu, not forgetting that what I am, even though I am working with the illusory and temporary Anatma world. That is called Niyata-manasaha sada yunjan evam. And then the result is the result is not posthumous. After so many years, after death, not like that. Vedanta never talks about the either mukti or shanti or anandam, freedom, everything now and here, now and here. Because every one of us actually want now and here only. But if at all the Puranas or any other scriptures, some are the other branches of the scriptures, religions talk about the after death and after you go there, after this many janmas, Vedanta never encourage or support such kind of postponing. Therefore, Paramam Shantim, Paramam Nirvana Shantim, Paramam, the supreme bliss. Here, this Shanti is not just what we talk about the mind in the previous sloka. This is Paramam Nirvanam Shanti. Nirvana Shanti. Nirvana means actually now my job is completed. What I have supposed to do, I have done. What I have supposed to achieve, I achieved. Kartavyam Krutam, Praptavyam Praptam. So Shantim. See the Shanti. Whether this is a Prakarsanena Shanti, Prashanti, which is not a material, mental Shanti, Ashanti, Ashanti, Shanti. His mind is all the time travel in these two. The ratio also sometimes vary. But here this Shanti being the word used Paramam, the Supreme, Nirvana Shantim. That means there is no more avagation, there is no more excitement, there is no more desires to fulfill, anxiousness for fulfilling the desires, and worrying about the past or the future. Such kind of state of mind is called Nirvana Shanti. That Shanti being how it came, what does it mean Paramam? Because he Adigachati Mat Samstham. He abided in me. Again, Lord using the word singular first person, me. Mat Samstham, abiding in me. That means Adigachati. Adigachati means he established his intellect, his mind are no more a liabilities, even his body, whether the body is fully cooperating, healthy or sick, it doesn't matter, but I completed my job. For what purpose uh, I obtained this body, mind, intellect complex? With this instrument, I have done what I have supposed to do. What? Removing all kind of wrong notions from the mind. I have done that. And removed all the doubts in my mind by the Shravana Mananams. The doubt about the world, the doubt about the Ishvara, the doubt about the Jiva, me. No, I have no any doubt now. There are no three things. Everything is one that me alone, Brahman, Satyam, Chaitanyam, Shanti Samruddham, Amrutam, I recognize that. This is the only purpose of these instruments. So therefore, I attained that nirvana means in some commentaries moksham. Nothing wrong to say. But remember this moksha is not a posthumous. Vedanta never talks about. Vedanta talks about the Videha Mukti. But Videha Mukti is provided. Videha Mukti means further there is no more birth and entering into any body. But that is possible only when you become a Jivan Mukta, liberated while living with the same equipment, with the same surroundings, with the same environment and the world, but the world, the equipment are no more not bothering me, and they helped me to achieve the goal. What is the goal? This knowledge is the goal. This adhigacchati mat samstha, I avoided in myself now. I know myself what I am. I am not a limited guy. I am not a jiva uh, concealed in this body, localized in this body. I very well know to the heart of my heart, I am boundless, limitless, attachmentless, distractionless. I am the Sarvagata, Nitya, Satya, Eka, Sara, Vastu, Atma, Ahamasmi, Ahamevahamasmi, Brahmaivahamasmi, Yohamasmi, Brahmahamasmi. So I negated what I am not. I negated what I am thinking before as I am. Now all that I have negated. After negating everything, the negator, me, is avasishyate. So in this way, very important slokas. So here, that means my peace of mind, my happiness, my security, PHS, peace, happiness, security, not depending on or my purnatvam, my fullness, not depending on any external setup. Whenever we depend on any external setup, if that setup becomes upset, then our mind, we also becomes upset. That's why many times people will use my mind is now upset. I become totally upset. Why? Because I depended on the outer setup. So this yogi, this sadhaka now, who achieved that goal, is not depending on the any external setup, any. All that any word we can bring into two headings, which we told many times, wet garbage and dry garbage, possessions and relations. Everything comes under these two. So this person now have a relation, if at all I am not able to come to this the final nirvana sthiti, liberation while living, that kind of fulfillment and the completeness, still I could not feel. If you have any doubt, you can depend on only three things in the life. Those three things, they never become upset, so they never make you to become upset. Then it is good deal. What? You can have the dependence or relationship only with the Lord. If at all I need some relationship, I want some anchor for my mental, emotional stuff, yes, hold on to the Lord. Lord never deceive you. Lord never become upset because He is omniscient, omnipotent and omnipresent. Therefore, but Lord, I am depending, but still the surrounding world is giving me the problem. Then simply don't say that I depended on the Lord, I believe the Lord, I believe in God. Don't simply say and pacify your mind. That won't solve your internal turmoil or the problem permanently. Therefore, why? Why, sir? Because you have no direct uh, speech, contact, interaction with the Lord. You may have tremendous devotion. In the devotion, you can feel that you are talking to your God. That is actually para-bhakti. If that para-bhakti comes, there is no any problem because that itself is the culmination gnanam. Gnanam and para-bhakti both are one and the same. There is no any difference absolutely between both of them. But until to come to that para-bhakti. So, first of all, that's why we must know what kind of bhakti I am having. Whatever I am thinking and I am doing, is it the bhakti? That is enough. We must know. How I will know? Depend on the scriptures. Shastra will teach. You cannot have the direct interaction and the transaction or the dialogue between the God and you. Don't just get lost by listening to some stories. Some devotees, they talked with the Lord. The Lord appeared. Yeah, you do that kind of tapas. You have no capacity to uh, discipline your mind or commit to the satsang, then you want the vision of the Lord. Another thing, even those who are having the vision of the Lord, the so-called Dhruva, Prahlada, but all of them also later, when the Lord disappeared and in their later life, again they behaved with ignorance in some occasions. Then again the Guru has to come and teach to them. That means what? So having bhakti, belief about the Lord Ishtadevata Ishvara is good. That is a plus point. Very good. But that is not enough. You have to depend on to know your level of bhakti, to know the nature of the God actually. You need to study, listen to the scriptures. And that scriptures you should not study by your own, on your own. Remember, you have to always listen the scriptures and study only from a competent living teacher. This is the rule. That's why in every Upanishad, in Bhagavad Gita, we saw already, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti de gnanam gnaninas tattvadarshinaha. My dear, this is the path where you need a guide to guide you. The guide is Shastra, the guider. Okay, the director is Guru. गुकारस्त्वन्धकारो वैरुकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते. Who is the Guru? The Gu indicates the darkness. Ru indicates the removing of that darkness. Whoever removes that darkness, that person is called Guru. So the darkness means what? Wrong notions, misunderstanding. Therefore, you can depend on these three lifelong. Then that Shastra will takes you in that Guru takes you in a right direction. Right direction. Once if the direction is clear and you are about to reach the goal or reach the goal, then there after no need of Guru and Shastra also. In fact, Ishvara also, because you will discover that you are the source. You are everything. You are everything. That's why in Kaivalya Upanishad, one statement comes in the beginning when the disciple approached the teacher, then asked to teach the Brahma Vidya. Then the teacher says, by meditation, by self-enquiry, commitment, you have to work for it, and you must live like a Atyashramastha in the end of the Kaivalya Upanishad. Atyashramastha sakalendriyani. Atyashrama means, here, in this context, I will tell you simply. When you are sitting for meditation, or when you are sitting for particularly this Vedantic meditation, I told last class, I think, I am a sannyasi, like here Atyashrama, don't afraid, if I tell about sannyasa, who is beyond all the Varna Ashrama dharmas. And that Atyashrami Sakala Indriyanam. That means you just, to make it simple, you be as a nobody. To being as a nobody is called Atyashrami. Don't see the dictionary meaning. Okay, he's beyond the sannyasa ashram also. Why? What happened now? That's why Swami Chinmayananda, those days when he used to conduct the spiritual retreats, that 15 days or whatever duration, as soon as they come on the first day in the inauguration, Swamiji used to give a ochre robe to everybody, a gown like overcoat. So at least this 15 days, 20 days, you live like a sannyasi. You are not nobody. You are not belong to anybody. Nobody belongs to you. At least that feeling, acting only. Okay, but these 15 days, like that, when you are sitting for meditation, first of all, you tell to all you roll away all your roles. I am not either this, I am not either that. I have no any commitment. I have no any desire to achieve nothing. Now, the present is a presentation presented to me by the God. The moment you live in present, you are that. When you come to the present, mind becomes silent, still, a still, unagitated mind. What it feels that silence is Satyam Gnanamanantam Brahma. That silence means don't think it is nothing, it is everything. Akhandam, Anantam, Satchidanandam, Ahamasmi. Therefore, in that state, then the same kind of thought, why I am dwelling upon this shloka so much? Because it is complete by itself and everything. So when I attained, I recognized, I realized that Advaita, which I just now called silence, but remember mm, it is not a vacuum, it is not empty, it is everything. And that person, that Advaita, then there is no any kind of these three relations, what which I told that now you can have relationship with the Guru, Shastra and Ishvara, Guru and Shastra. That also will disappear. Disappear. How? That only Bhagavan Shankara, when he met at the age of 8 years, his own Guru, Govinda Padacharya, he gave an introduction. When the Guru asked, "Who are you?" Then he chanted 10 shlokas, which are called Dashashloki. Dashashloki. Here, one shloka tells about this. न शास्ता न शास्त्रं न शिष्यो न शिक्षा न च त्वं न चाहं न चायं प्रपञ्चः स्वरूपावबोधो विकल्पसाक्षी विकल्पसहिष्णुः तदेको वसिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम्. Mainly, I took this shloka to tell that na shastra, no teacher, na shastram, no shastram. Okay, don't mistake now. If you are able to understand and take this higher great teaching, the culmination, Nirvanam word came, that's why I am talking this much. Simply telling after some time moksha, you will go to Vaikuntham Kailasam. Who wants all that? Na sishyo, na siksha. There is no guru, there is no shastram, there is no student, there is no teaching, there is no you, there is no me, there is no world. There is no world. Tell me, in our sleep, what is there? Tadeko Vasishta, that alone. Shiva Kevalaha Aham, Chidanandarupa, Shivoham, Shivam. Tadeko Vasishta Shiva Kevaloham. Being not knowing that my Swarupa, Avabodha, Vikalpa, all Vikalpas. Then when I reach this Nirvikalpa state of my own being, not by doing, only by knowing and discovering my being is. So with this, that shloka over. Now the 16th shloka and 17th shloka, Bhagavan is going to tell once again, coming to the Bahiranga sadhana. Bahiranga sadhana. That means commonly by everybody, anytime, anywhere, they have to have these things. Bhagavan is going to talk about the moderation. You must have the moderation. Sloka number 16. Natyashnatastu yogoste na chaikantamanashnatah na chati swapnashilasya jagrato naiva charjuna. Hey Arjuna, this yoga na bhavati, na asti. This yoga, this nirvanam, this bliss, this path of meditation cannot happen, cannot come to a person, okay, na asti yogaha, for whom three things who is not moderate: food, sleep and recreation. Food, sleep and recreation. Actually, next shloka also connected to this, but here Bhagavan simply telling about two things only. One is about the food and one is about the rest, sleep. Ati ashanaha tu na yogaha asti. Whoever eats too much, he can never become successful or suitable to this path. In the same way, ekantam anashnataha, who is eating very less and not eating properly, for such a person also yoga na asti. The yoga na asti we have to supply. Simple. Whoever eats too much is not fit. Who eats very, very less and doing lot of fastings and all that, he is also not fit for this practice of yoga. That means for spiritual practice, you take like that. Yoga means or this Jnana Yoga or this Dhyana Yoga. In the same way, Nacha Atiswapna Shilasya, who sleeps so much, sleeps more than requirement, for him also this, he is also not fit for this. Or same way, the person one is another extreme who is not at all sleeping. He sleeps only 2 hours. And he wants to do the meditation for 6 hours, 8 hours, and gets up in the night 2 o'clock, and daytime again he will fully sleep, or in meditation he will sleep. So don't torture this body. Spirituality is not, it doesn't mean torturing the body. Okay? Being moderate and leading a diligent life is called spirituality. So here, two opposites, one about the food and one about the sleep. Jagratah na eva cha yogaha asti. So, who sleeps excess and who sleeps less than requirement and very less, for such a kind of two extreme people, this yoga is not possible. They are not fit for it. Okay. Then, after that, same kind of thought now Bhagavan is so explaining about this moderation. The moderation word actually comes in this sloka. Sloka number 17. Yuktaharasya yuktaharaviharasya yuktachestasya karmasu yuktaswapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. If you learn, if you know how to be moderate without going to the any extreme, moderation is always good. Moderation is always good. Anything too much, even good thing also, if you do too much, okay, that is also dangerous. Food is required for the body, but you cannot overeat. Then it becomes an indigestion problem. So moderation always gives a person, uh, keeps him free from all the miseries and the problems of the life. Hey Arjuna, that is the last word I am taking first. Yogaha dukkha bhavati. For a person who is able to have the knack of moderation, for him this yoga becomes a great gift, great blessing, because it will destroy all the miseries. Dukkha. This word you have to read carefully, this sentence. Yogaha bhavati dukkha. Oh, yoga becomes miserable for him. Not that. Dukkha. Dukkha. Ha. Hanti. Destroys. The yoga becomes a tool or cause to remove all the sorrows of the life. What kind of yoga? Moderation is called yoga. That's why the word yukta word came many times. Many times came so far that we have to understand balanced, moderate, well controlled, well disciplined, well committed, sincere, spiritual, religious, all so many meanings you can give. Punctual, careful, diligent, faithful, everything. Self-confident, hard-working, yuktaha, both. Hundreds of meanings you can give. That's why here, yukta ahara viharasya. Viharam word came here. Vihara means recreation. Mind wants some kind of recreation also. You cannot do the same thing for long time unless you are capable for it. Anything that children, why half an hour, 40 minutes they cannot sit or study more than that? Because the mind wants the change. So for a spiritual seeker also, a change is required for the mind. Change means don't go to the horror movie or the some other thing, but comparatively a good which helps you listening to music, playing the music, singing something, or seeing any kind of Karnataka music, or seeing some good drama, some kind of this entertainment But see that these any entertainment should not you should not get tainted by the entertain by entering into that entertainment. You should not get tainted. You should not get lost in them. Again, there also be moderate. Otherwise, some people, some houses now also, morning they will switch on the TV. It will continuously come. Whoever wants in their house according to their time, they will come and change the channel and see and go. Same way, olden days in big families, they keep the coffee in a big vessel, this much. So whenever whoever wants, they can go and take that coffee. Okay, like that, you should not, become addict to anything in the name of the recreation. You have to be very careful. But that is good. Yuktam, be moderate in your ahara and vihara, eating and recreation. And the same way in all your actions to say, hey Arjuna, chestasa, chestasya karmashu yuktaha, be yuktaha in ahara, be yuktaha in vihara, be yuktaha in all your other actions also. Don't do too much. Don't indulge too much. Okay? With whom? How much we have to involve. Don't involve too much in anything. That is another. Then, same other thought also brought here again. You need a proper rest. According to, see, these things are Bahiranga sadhanas, but everybody should follow. But again, here some concessions are there. Because how much sleep I need? There is any steady fast rule? Everybody's blood pressure should be this much? No, it cannot be. When you run, the blood pressure will increase. Age to age, person to person, then so it depends upon so many factors. As the youngsters, teenagers eat, the old man cannot eat, should not eat, but have the moderation. See, according to that particular context and sequence situation, you use your discrimination. So never have a too much sleep or too much waking up. If you are having moderation in these things, food, sleep, and the involvement in the world, recreation, then such to a person, this yoga is a great boon. Like it will remove all the miseries and problems of the life. So learn to be moderate. Bhagavan told here about the food or some other points we can talk. Maybe next class I will explain to you. Because again that every dietitian will talk about the food differently. Every doctor, every day there are so many things keep on changing and telling. Some say they say this is good, some say this is not good. So this confusion always will be there. So let us have some common minimum program discussion about what it mean really the diet means. To say in simple words, take a simple, sattvic, nutritious diet. Simple diet. It need not to be very too much costly and so rich and uh, over higher calories, higher higher this thing, proteins and all that. Simple. You see, actually the yogic way of life itself is a simple living and high thinking. So simple food. Okay, that means simply just a vegetarian food. So that comes under sattvic, of course. Simple food and simple, sattvic. It should be sattvic means generally we have to suggest, as Shastra suggests, that vegetarian diet. Vegetarian diet. Then how many times to eat and how much to eat, it also differs again. But generally, there is one statement will come in Shastra that I will tell. That alone I will tell you now. More we'll discuss later. What it says that Subhashidam about the food, common instruction. पूरयेत् अशनेन अर्थम् तृतीयम् उदकेन तु वायो सञ्चरणार्थम् चतुर्थम् अवशेषयेत्. Fill your stomach, half of it with the food, half, and keep the another half gone, so another quarter for the water, and keep empty the other quarter to move the mixie inside freely. See, to anything should grind properly in the mixie, you put fully on the top and tightly close the lid. Then it will burst and the problem will come. It needs some empty space to move, and it needs some liquid also to stir it. See how beautiful Sloka. Vayu Sancharanardham, half breathing sake, purpose sake, and inside the movement sake, Chaturtham Avaseshayat. You have to keep one quarter empty. Okay? How we know, sir, as like that auto person puts the scale into that petrol tank. He knows that half is full like that. No. We'll have some other measurements. I will tell you in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.